Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about some of the ETF flows and what it could potentially mean for the future of Bitcoin and Ethereum and the crypto market. We're going to do a quick update on what's happening on Bitcoin and the overall market. Then we're going to go in and look at some of the ETF flows, see what's going on. All right, very first thing we will check just quickly, give an update on my trades where we're at. So I like to just do it quickly in each video, talk about what's going on. So I have a couple trades open still on Bitunix. If you want to use the link below, you get a nice discount on fees, and you can do legal leverage trading in America and everywhere else in the world. And they have a lot of spot for all sorts of different coins. I have a whiff open that's just now barely into the profit. Solana up 30%, ENS down a little bit. Move, I'm up 25%. I'm thinking about taking a little bit of profits out of this again. I've already taken just a measly 40 bucks. Down XRP, DOT, and ADA, and I have my Bitcoin trade that's 110% in the profits. I have a little bit longer, a little bit more leverage trade on BTCC. I have an affiliate link for that as well. Right now they have a 10% increase on whatever you put in there. They add 10% on top of it, and they both have really good first time. I think Bitunix is about 5,500, and BTCC also has some similar promotions for first time users. But okay, what do we got going on in the market today? Also, if you're enjoying the videos, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and watch it to the end if you can. That is one of the best metrics for YouTube. But enough shilling all of that stuff. Let's go. Where are we at? So we were in this kind of ascending channel, which, we kind of faked out, or I think it's a fake out, but we've kind of broken out to the bottom here. We've been keeping these support levels very strongly. 92,590 is this bottom green line, and 93,840 is the top one. To me, it looks kind of similar to something like this, right? Where you had an ascending channel and we kind of broke below it, and then we kind of launched right back into it and went up. Now, there's a couple things that are going on right now. There's some FUD about Tether. People are saying that, Tether is going to go to zero, and it's going to take the entire cryptocurrency market down to zero as well, which I definitely do not believe in. There's always Tether FUD, literally every cycle, multiple times. We've been having these cycles for a very long time, and there has been a lot of Tether FUD, a crazy amount of Tether FUD. There's always FUD that comes, especially in these bull markets, especially once we start coming up here, on the way up to the bull market. You'll see a lot of FUD saying, oh, this is just a fake out, blah, blah, blah. It's going to go to zero. And then a lot of times when you actually get to the top, you get even the reverse sentiment where people are like, oh, it's going to $1 million for sure. So there's a lot of FUD that kind of muddies the waters in this market. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that's what FUD stands for. And there's a lot of, bull posting and good news as well. But just want to keep that in perspective there. Now, we might see this where we kind of just come down and then pop right back into the channel. It is the end of the year, so some people might be selling. If you are down a little bit, some people might be tax loss harvesting. And a lot. Also, it's just the holidays, so people aren't really around. People aren't really as in tune with the markets as normal. A lot of people are on vacation, just hanging out, maybe not looking at the chart so much. So that's why there's a little bit of kind of nothing going on, right? At least right now. In terms of altcoins, nothing crazy happening today. So everything is up 1 to 2% or down 2%, etc. There's not a lot going on in terms of altcoins. And we can kind of talk about that real quick. I do believe that we are on the verge of going into an alt season. You can see right here, we're still kind of in this purple resistance area. But this is Bitcoin dominance, the percentage of assets in Bitcoin. You can see we rejected off the 60% pretty hard and went straight back down. So hopefully this is, I say hopefully meaning if you're in altcoins, you do want this indicator to go down. If you're all Bitcoin, you want this to go up. But usually right now about this time, which is January after the halving, is when altcoin season usually starts. You can see the beginning of this going back down here. And if we look at the others market, this is all of the cryptocurrencies besides the top 10. You can see we went up out of this channel. We kind of rejected off the old all-time high of the last market. So very near to the very top, we kind of rejected off that point. We came back down. and you can see we kind of did a fake out to the bottom, and then we're trying to get back on top of this channel and then moving out. Usually this is led by stuff like Ethereum, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. Let me just go through one more thing for Ethereum right here. We have this ribbon chart. It just kind of shows where the price can be leading to, and you can see that in every cycle. So 2017-18 was the first cycle, 2021, 22 was the second cycle here, and then it's actually like the third, fourth, and then now we're going into the fifth cycle. But just on this chart, you can see 2 cycles. So you can see we haven't really had that big spike into the market. So we have not had a top for sure. I am very convinced of that, you know, unless something wild happens, as I've always said, some economic collapse or World War III or something like that. I think we'll be starting with Ethereum hitting some very big numbers. And I have some more data to back that up, because we are talking about, oops, wrong one. We are talking about some of the ETF inflows. So you can see, for Bitcoin, in terms of the Bitcoin price and the outflows, you can see when the price is low, you can see right here, January, a lot of outflows, right? At the lows, right? So in the intermediate low, basically the short-term lows, you can see that when you have a lot of outflows, that usually means you're at the bottom, okay? And when you have a lot of inflows, you can see the most amount of inflows, you know, at this time period in March was right near the top, right? So people are getting FOMO, they want to get into the market, it's blasting off, and usually people are buying the top and selling the bottom. You can see right here, massive selling at the worst time ever, literally. So if you wanted to do the opposite of everyone else, you'd be doing really good, right? So if you're selling when people are buying, and if you're buying when people are selling, you're going to be doing pretty good. If you were just trading that literally only, you can see again, here's the biggest outflow of the first, you know, half of this chart, and it was the low. Definitely the low. Bitcoin price 58,000, and then you can see right here 63,000, and everyone's buying, right? So they're selling low, buying high, which is funny. Again, here's another local high. Local meaning it's not the absolute high, meaning just in the relative area. This is a local high and a massive amount of inflows yet again. So you can see the trend is pretty on fire, really. Here's another low, right? Here's another low and massive outflows, another low, massive outflows, another local high, inflows, high inflows, low outflows. You can see, especially when you get over here, look at this one, massive outflow. One of the second biggest or maybe third biggest here, and that was the local low, right? 67,000 right before it blasted off. And you can see this high, there was a lot of inflows. This high, there was a lot of inflows. This local low right here, if I can grab it, there you go. A lot of outflows. Same thing. Highs, inflows, lows, outflows. So very obvious here. But you can see recently a lot of outflows out of Bitcoin. And then if we go look at an ETF for Ethereum, you can see kind of the opposite, right? So it seems like people are moving their money from Bitcoin over to Ethereum. And that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, because if we know an altcoin season is coming, historically, Ethereum will run a lot at the very beginning of this. It kind of leads the pack of altcoins because it is the largest altcoin. Ethereum is for sure, but you can kind of see the same thing here, right? So when the price is low, outflow. When the price is high, inflow. When the price is low, outflow. It doesn't follow as well for this indicator, right? You can see it kind of follows, but not really. You can see this low, yeah, there were some outflows. This high, yeah, there were some inflows. It follows it, but not as well as the Bitcoin one does, in my opinion. But I think this is the beginning of the start of the altcoin season. You can see people are definitely rotating out of Bitcoin. You can see, look at this. If you look at these, are these daily? Are these days? Yeah, these are days. So every day out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically the last week, only 1 day of inflows and the rest are outflows. Okay. And then if you look at here over the last basically week, you see really 2 weeks, it's almost all inflows. which is interesting. The price was going up, so that's kind of, you know, a little bit different, but it does seem like money is rotating from Bitcoin to Ethereum, which usually is the start of the altcoin season. So, all right, that's gonna be it for the video. I just wanted to talk about this, and I did notice that the outflows and inflows were changing a little bit. Usually it's a good predictor of what's happening, so keep that in mind. You know, it's kind of the opposite indicator of what you would think, right? When people are buying a lot, you think the price would be low, be a good time to buy, but it's actually the opposite. But we can see a lot of that rotating in. We will see what happens. Again, there's not much going on because, again, it's the holidays. And that's kind of what just happens, right? So we'll see what happens next month. January should be a good month for altcoins. Again, nothing is set in stone, so we don't know what's going to happen, right? There might be some FUD right before our new crypto president comes into office. Who knows what's going to happen? Sometimes there is a dip in January, so you know, but usually the first half of the year is very good for altcoins and Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens, and that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you want to use any of the affiliate links for any of the exchanges that I have on the channel, feel free to do that. I'm going to mess around and maybe close some of these trades out, take some profits, and move on. But it looks like we have a little bit of a dump on Bitcoin. I should have closed this trade. You know, over here at about 96,000, but now we're a little bit lower. I might just take my profits, take my 30 bucks and move on with my life, but we'll see what happens. Again, if you want to leverage trade, I have links for BTCC and Bitunix, both great exchanges. Been using them a lot, and that's it for the video. Have a great day. Again, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below. What do you guys think? And have a great day, everyone. See you guys.